Hi, my name is Jennifer and I'm a rising senior at Monte Vista High School. So my second milestone was setting up the IFT app and setting up the different location triggers to get the individual LEDs on the strip to change color based on each family member's location. So first I downloaded an app on my phone called IFT, and that stands for if this then that, and I created a few location triggers on my phone. So every time my location changes, then a different light on the LED strip will light up. And I also downloaded this app on my parents' phones and had to connect their IFT accounts to my Particle account so that any changes in their location would be shown on this light strip. As long as the user allows it, this app will continue to keep track of their location and will update the Particle if there are any changes in their location. So for demonstration purposes, because I can't leave this room, I have to create a false trigger to test the functionality of my project and simulate what would happen if I actually changed my location. So I created a test button here, and it's a button widget, which is just a button I can control from the app. And if I go to settings here, you can see that it calls a function on the particle, and I can choose an input over here. So if I, for example, if I input and I save that, and then I go to the settings and press the button, it should update the strip. And it flashes in the beginning just to let you know that someone's location is about to change. So I made a few modifications to the code that I found online. For instance, I changed the number of family members from 6 to 4. I set different locations, and also I set a default position when this thing is initially powered on, which is just the home position. And I also added an on and off switch by connecting one of the wires to the power source and the other one to the LED strip so I can turn lights on and off. So while this milestone was a lot simpler than my first milestone, which was pretty unexpected, I did encounter a few struggles along the way. For instance, I couldn't test the location sensing of my project without leaving the campus, which isn't very convenient, so I had to figure out a way to test my project. And I also had to figure out how to modify my code because I didn't know how to program in C++, so I had to learn that. And after staring at my code for a while and also doing different tests on it, I figured out what the code was doing, and I realized that C++, which I had never learned before, had a lot of similarities to Java, which I was very familiar with already. And I also learned what structs are, and I found that they're very useful for organizing data. So also in the process of attaching my light switch, I learned how to solder wires together and apply heat shrink, which was pretty fun to use the heat gun. But yeah, and for my next milestone is just to build the actual frame and figure out how to keep my parts secure within the frame and add potential modifications on the side, for example, an LCD display that displays general information that might be useful to whoever wants to use my frame. Thank you.